It is really exciting for me to be here today. It's my first time to Australia, and Sydney, wow, what a beautiful city for a beautiful event. It's really great to see so many people from so many diverse backgrounds coming together to show shared appreciation for the Sustainable Development Goals. It's going to take all of us working together to take them forward, and I think this event is just a first step in starting that movement. The International Organization for Migration cares about all of the Sustainable Development Goals. But today, I'm going to share a little bit of a case study about how one of our programs, IOMX, is directly supporting Global Goal 8 for decent work and economic growth, specifically with respect to taking immediate and effective action to end exploitation and human trafficking, forced labor. Human trafficking is happening in every country in the world today. Recent statistics show that at least 20.9 million people globally are in situations of forced labor. More than half of those people are here in the Asia-Pacific region. What else do we know about them? We know many of them are young people, 15 to 30. We know that almost half of people working in situations of exploitation are migrants. This creates an opportunity for us to be disseminating key information to not only the workers themselves, but also employers to prevent exploitation from taking place. The International Organization for Migration launched IOMX as a regional campaign based in Bangkok, but communicating to the whole Asia-Pacific region with an emphasis on ASEAN in order to leverage the power and popularity of media and technology. Now, we launched last year, and since then we've been working with partners, community-based partners, governments, non-governments, private sector, as we roll out activities across the region to inspire young people to take actions to prevent human trafficking. IOMX asks young people to do three things. First, we ask them to learn about the issue of human trafficking. They can do this by attending our events, watching our free videos, visiting our website and going through our e-learning portal. We ask them to act in a way that helps to prevent trafficking. For urban audiences, this may mean better understanding where the goods that we buy come from. For aspirant migrants and current migrants, it may be memorizing a helpline in the country of destination or safeguarding travel documents. Sorry, I jumped ahead. The third thing we ask for people to do is to share this information with others. You can do this on social media, do it the old-fashioned way in conversation. But the more people that know that this is taking place and what they can do to stop it, the better. So learn, act, share. These are three simple actions that all of us can take to prevent forced labor and human trafficking from taking place. I've been really happy to hear so many speakers today talk about the importance of working directly with at-risk communities to develop solutions. Now, a way that IOMX is constantly trying to do this better is through applying a communication for development approach, or C4D. Many people are more familiar with behavior change communications. That's one of the approaches under this methodology. What it means is that we take a participatory, evidence-based approach to designing all of our activities. So we go into targeted communities, whether they're cities or villages, and we work with communities to gain a better understanding of what are their current levels of knowledge, what are their current attitudes, what are their current intended practices and practices with regard to the issue of human trafficking as well as surrounding issues. We then work with them to develop tools and resources that they feel will help to reduce their vulnerability to either being trafficked or contributing to the human trafficking chain. What we know from research is that human trafficking is incredibly widespread. Forced labor can be found in most industries. This slide sort of highlights some of the main industries that we see in this region: manufacturing, fishing, agriculture, construction, the entertainment sector, and domestic work. Today I'm going to talk about fishing. In the worst forms of human trafficking and exploitation in the fishing industry, we see workers that are made to work 18 to 20 hours a day. In the little time that they may have to rest, they're forced to do so in incredibly cramped quarters with a lot of other workers. Many of them never have enough access to clean drinking water or food. They're made to work even if they are exhausted, sick, or injured. Now, workers are trapped on these boats, not just through isolation on the sea, but they're forced to be there through violence or threats of financial penalties. In the worst cases, there have been workers that have been on these ships for years and never received payment for their labors. A research study done by the IOM and the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine that came out this year found that of all of these sectors that I listed earlier in this region, that victims from the fishing sector were most likely to be trapped for the longest periods of time. Now, this is likely due to the situation that they find themselves in, where they're often at sea for months, if not years at a time, with no access to people outside of that industry. In order to address this, IOMX this year has been producing 3 videos. In applying a C4D approach, each video is primarily targeting a different audience from our region. So we're looking at aspirant migrants, we're looking at current migrants, and we're also importantly looking at members of the public, of the general public, of communities, especially communities in countries that are reliant on migrant workers in industries such as the fishing industry. I'm just going to tell you about one of these videos today and the impact that we've seen. It's called Prasanna, and it's a 12-minute mini-movie that uses drama to tell the story of the worst kind of human trafficking in the fishing industry. I don't have time to show you the whole video today, but I did want to show you one of the videos of the sort of suite of programs that we made from this that features some of Thailand's hottest stars and stars from Prasanna in a public service announcement. So very quickly.
ปัจจุบันมีคนกว่า 21 ล้านคนตกเป็นทาสของการค้ามนุษย์ครึ่งในนั้นอยู่ในเขตเอเชียและเป็นคนเอเชียผู้ตกเป็นเหยื่ออยู่ในเรือประมงคือแรงงานชายและเด็กผู้ชายและถูกใช้งานเยี่ยงทาสมีแค่อาหารและน้ำดื่มที่จำกัดงานหนัก20ชั่วโมงต่อวันเขาเหล่านั้นไม่รู้ว่าจะมีอะไรเกิดขึ้นกับชีวิตเราต้องช่วยกันหยุดคนที่ทำงานบนหลังคนอื่นพวกค้ามนุษย์จะต้องหมดไปได้โปรดเล่าเรื่องนี้ให้ครอบครัวของคุณหรือว่าเพื่อนของคุณทราบว่าการกดขี่ข่มเหงยังมีอยู่จริงแล้วมันก็ใกล้ตัวเราขึ้นมากทุกทีมาร่วมเป็นส่วนหนึ่งของการรณรงค์ต่อต้านการแสวงหาผลประโยชน์และการค้ามนุษย์อย่าอยู่เฉยอย่าปิดหูปิดตาคุณ I care I care I care I care I care Do you
So as you can see from this video, it was primarily targeting a young Thai audience, but we were quite lucky in the fact that a lot of Thai actors are popular in countries surrounding Thailand, as well as far as the Philippines. This program was targeting young people in the countries of demand because we wanted to shift the environment. We want to shift often pervasive negative attitudes towards migrant workers, and we want to help to create an environment that does not condone the exploitation of others for profit-making in the fishing industry. From this program specifically, we're asking people to learn about exploitation in the fishing industry. We're asking them to watch the video, which I would encourage you to do as well. It's available with English subtitles on iomx.org/fish. There's also an e-learning portal there where people can learn more details about what exploitation looks like. We're also asking people to act. Now for this campaign, we asked for people to use the hashtag #ICareDoYou in order to start this broader conversation and dialogue amongst young people in Thailand and beyond. And finally, we're asking people to share. Again, share information that's specific to not only what trafficking looks like, but the recourses and resources that are available. You can do this by finding information that we have on the website and sharing that, or again, we have resources that can be downloaded, shared in community spaces, schools. Learn, act, share. We wanted to start a dialogue, and I'm happy to say that it's worked. We launched this program less than a month ago, and within the first 2 weeks, we were able to reach more than 3 million young Asian people online through posts related to through posts related to Prasanna on Facebook. All of our content is also rights-free and free for broadcast users to use. Now, we don't pay for broadcast. We are heavily reliant on in-kind support in this way. At the time of the launch, we had 7 formal partnerships with broadcasters from around the region. Since then, we've picked up more, and Prasanna videos have been broadcast more than 200 times, reaching millions more potentially, which is really exciting. We also made sure that we had a really strong online digital distribution strategy in place. We partnered with online distribution agencies, 4 of them at the time of the launch, and they were primarily using the PSA that I showed you, as well as a behind-the-scenes video, in order to drive more people to watch Prasanna on the IOMX website, where they could then have access to additional resources. The hashtag #ICareToYou went along with a little gesture. So we asked people to make the sign of a fish, post that photo, and hashtag it #ICareToYou to show that they cared that this is happening to workers in the industry. As you can see, we were able to reach more than 16 million people through that, which is fantastic. And this is exceptionally where working with celebrities can be really helpful. One of the Thai celebrities alone, posting a picture on this on Instagram, within 2 hours had more than 70,000 likes. So that's where there really is positive outcomes of working with celebrities, especially when it comes to hooking people's attention. So what does this mean? This means that we have now been able to build a much larger audience for our campaign, an audience that has come out publicly saying, "I care, do you?" And now they're primed for more information. So as we move forward, we can start to give them even more targeted actions, more productive actions for what they can take to join the movement to end exploitation and trafficking in the fishing industry. Now, as I've alluded to throughout my presentation, this could not have been done without incredible partnerships from government, from non-government, from the private sector, from media, from talent. It took all of them and their unique capacity and their incredibly valuable partnership to be able for IOMX to produce these activities for the prevention of forced labor and human trafficking, and ultimately supporting Global Goal 8. Thank you so much.